Mariners win 8-1. They improve to 82-77, and they take 2 of 3 against the Houston Astros. Quickly go over the scoring plays. This has to be a quick one. I got to go pick up my nieces. Third inning, Victor Carantini singles to center to score Jonathan Singleton. It's 1-0 in the third. Sixth inning, Mariners finally get on the board. Justin Turner singles to left to score Dylan Moore and Victor Robles 2-1. Seventh inning, Mitch Garver homers to left center to make it 3-1. Also in the seventh inning, poor Shay Whitcomb. Victor Robles grounds into a fielder's choice to third to score J.B. Crawford 4-1. Victor Robles scores on an error by Shay Whitcomb to make it 5-1. Mariners get 2 more in the ninth. Actually, 3 more in the ninth. I'm sorry about that. It's 5-1 at the end of 7. But in the ninth, Victor Robles doubles to center to score Dylan Moore. And Julio Rodriguez punctuates the blowout with a homer to left center to score Victor Robles off of his best friend, Hector Neris. 8-1, Mariners win. Real quick, simply Seattle. It's quick, but it doesn't mean that they're not important. But got to let you know still, Mollywop 30, MOLLYWHOP 30. It saves 30% off of your order until the end of Mariner baseball for 2024. Take advantage of it. It's a great deal. There's awesome stuff. Go get this hoodie. Go get their amazing hats, their t-shirts, all that great stuff. SimplySeattle.com. Link in the description. But again, that code right now is not Mollywop 15. It's Mollywop 30. MOLLYWHOP 30. Negative. It's obvious that this game probably is going to end up meaning nothing. It clinches a winning record. Hard to get too excited about that. We'll see if it means anything. They're still alive. But you need either the Royals or Tigers to go 1-4. And you have to be still one game better than the Minnesota Twins. And you can't lose. You have to sweep the series against the Oakland Athletics. So, yeah. Positives in this game. George Kirby was good. Very solid. Still want to see him expand the zone more, but hard to argue with those results. It certainly helped that the Astros played their hangover lineup. Only guy that was among their big regulars that was in the lineup was Alex Bregman, and he leaves after 3 innings to a standing ovation. And oh boy, did his replacement struggle. I have talked about this a lot, even against a team that I really don't like in the Houston Astros. It's hard for me to root for people to fail. I root for my team to do well. Watching Shay Whitcomb, who really could have been charged for 5 errors today, that was tough. That was really tough. I felt for him. Pretty darn bad. Would I have felt more for him if he was a Mariner? Of course. If he was playing for any other team, yeah, probably. But I don't like watching people struggle, and he struggled. Mariners took advantage of it, which is nice, but oof. Bullpen was really good today. Chargois gets the job done. Cullen Snyder issues a walk, but gets through it. Taylor Saucedo, nice uses of him to get that lefty. And Gabe Speier has looked a lot better to me since being recalled from the injured list. Now, not enough to trust him as a high leverage guy, but encouraging to see as the year ends out. Offensively, some really solid games today. I know Victor Robles only gets the 1 hit, but he draws the walk. He scores the 3 runs. You see what, even though he doesn't have elite speed anymore, you see what his aggressiveness and wheels on the bag can do. He's just been an absolute savior is probably too strong of a word, but hard to imagine where they are without him. Massive hit from Justin Turner. Now, it only goes for a single because he's just slow as all get out. But he drives in those 2 runs. It was about to be a bad thing. You know, Julio doesn't get the job done with runners on first and second. Raleigh gets very fortunate on one of the plays that should have been an error. And then a Rosarina, who had a rough day at the plate. 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Strikes out in one of those at-bats. But Justin Turner with 2 outs and the bases loaded turns a 1-0 game into 2-1 lead against Yusei Kikuchi, who was awesome. And good for Yusei Kikuchi. Good for him, because he's been phenomenal since a lot of people crapped on the Astros for that trade. And I still don't think it was a very good trade. In process, it was a terrible trade. But he's looked phenomenal since joining Houston, and good for him. Good for him. But Justin Turner, I want Justin Turner back next year. I want him either as not even as. I want him to be a platoon guy who gets some at bats against left-handed pitching at first base and designated hitter. I think he's earned that right if he's interested in it, because he has no doubt been successful for the Seattle Mariners. No doubt about it. Great to see a great game from Mitch Garver, too. 2 for 4, extends that lead to 3-1 with the homer, which, in a blowout game doesn't seem big, but at the time it was. At the time, it definitely was. I just want to see Mitch Garver look competent to end the year, to have some confidence in him next year. Because it really wouldn't shock me if he bounces back as bad as he's been. And bad is such an understatement. I just want to see competence, man. I just want to see competence. So, yeah, you get the win. And now, boy, oh boy, if you want the Mariners to make the postseason, and I think most of you do, there are some of you who do not. You're rooting hard for the Washington Nationals tonight. You're rooting hard for the Tampa Bay Rays. But most importantly, you're rooting for the Marlins and rooting for the Nationals. And I hate that those are the two teams you have to root for. But they are. They are. By the way, Minnesota placed Matt Wallner, one of their best offensive players, on the injured list today. So, again, we don't root for injuries, but it's nice to see a weakened lineup. You still got a shot. I think one of the cool things is, and again, your mileage will vary with this stuff. I think it's cool that the Mariners will have at least one more game where it matters. At least one more. Be very curious to see who starts that game. It could be Luis Castillo. If it's Castillo, I imagine he'll be on like a 70 pitch limit, something along those lines. But right now, that hasn't been officially decided just yet. You could just skip it if you don't feel comfortable having Castillo pitch, but at least you get one more game that counts. You've got 2 more days of saying you're still in this at the minimum, because they won't be eliminated tomorrow. They won't be eliminated tonight. Wait, they could be eliminated tomorrow, huh? Oh, well, I'm not re-recording this. You're still alive. Just barely. And there's a good chance that you will have at least one more baseball game that you play. That matters. And congratulations to Julio on reaching 2020, by the way. Sure, the home run meant nothing, and his other at-bats today weren't great. He's the second player in baseball history to have 2020 seasons to begin his first 3 seasons. It's really impressive. Oh, by the way, he's really good at defense, too. And oh, by the way, he's 23. So that's cool. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Just enough time to go get them without being yelled at. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Back Friday.